Hi, this is Brian with Adtran's Ensemble Edge Cloud team. One question we get a lot is, after I deploy a vRouter, what do I do in a hardware failure scenario? How do I put a new server in place and quickly get back to the service I had? We'll show you how. First, we'll factory reset the node. A reset causes all EdgeView services and alarms associated with the server to revert to the pre-ZTP state. If EdgeView can talk to the remote vRouter server, it'll also return that vRouter to the factory ship state. Factory reset takes us to the create screen for that node with the original menu option selected. At this point, if we're using a soft UID or key value, we'll keep the UID the same. If our UID is based on the hardware chassis number, well then we need to update this field to the UID for the new chassis. Next, we see all the same day one options we selected when we first deployed the node, and we leave those unchanged. If we continue at this point, EdgeView will now implement the reset. After EdgeView resets its database, we can now connect the new server, and EdgeView will ZTP that new server into the same day one configuration as the old. But there may be times you had to modify the router configuration after the day one was applied. So let's talk about how you back up and restore those changes. If you make a config change in the vRouter after the day one, you'll want to create a backup job instance and run that to save that configuration in the EdgeView cloud. That way you can reapply it to a replacement server later, and I'm showing how to do that here. EdgeView's job framework allows you to define custom jobs, but your account is pre-populated with vRouter backup and restore jobs. You get to select which vRouters are going to be backed up with this definition. You can select one vRouter server or many. After we create the backup for this one vRouter, now we want to run it. And after a few refreshes, we see it complete. Now let's go to the vRouter dashboard. We can see that a backup was taken, and we can view its configuration. You can restore this day-end router configuration on any new hardware after you ZTP it. To do that, we create a vRouter restore job instance, like I'm showing here. We select the replacement server we just ZTP'd, and we run the restore job on it. That's all it takes. If you have failed hardware, it's easy to put a new box in there and quickly restore it to the same service config, whether that's a day one or a day end configuration. Thanks for watching.